Right. Recording. Here we go. Happy Wednesday, friends. I'm so grateful that you guys have decided to join me here. And today I have so much magic for you prepared, and I cannot wait to dive into it. So let's go ahead and start here and go into present mode. Okay, before we jump in, let's first just all kind of collectively take some good deep breaths and ground into this beautiful moment that we're all sharing here together. I think that it's so cool that we can all come together in all these different states, all of these different businesses, all of these different women who have different interests and passions and have so much magic to bring to the world. I just really want to set the intention that we are here to grow together, to become better, to learn from one another, and to share each other's magic with one another. So, first and foremost, if you guys have made it here, this is the 4 steps to become a client magnet. And I have kind of played around with this wording a ton because before it said that I was going to teach you how to turn your social media into a client magnet. And I reworked that because at the end of the day, we are our businesses. Like us, as we are right now, we are our businesses. And we can attract new clients through calls like this, where two of you guys see each other and are like, oh my gosh, we have similar interests. Oh my gosh, that's a new client for me. It can be you sitting down at a coffee shop, meeting someone new, at a juice place and meeting somebody new. Like there's so many ways that we can call in abundance into our realities and to support our businesses. And I want all of us just to be so open to receive abundance in any way, shape, or form from any direction. So this is going to help you guys unlock your path to those consistent income months and really stand out, have this magnetic presence when it comes to social media, but also again, everywhere that you go. So let me know if you guys are in the right place. Send a yes in the chat if this is anything that you guys are resonating here with. So first and foremost, a lot of the girls who I attract, we take so much action. Like, we're not girls who are not taking action. We take action. And maybe right now you're taking a lot of action. You've been taking a lot of action, but maybe you're not seeing the results. Let me know if that's you right now. Okay, we've got 2 yeses. Yes, another yes. Yep, yes. Okay, good. That's what I thought, because I know that you guys are all so committed to your businesses popping off, and like we're doing all of the things. Now, let me ask you, does any part of you feel a little stressed, kind of wondering, like, is this month going to be the same as next month? Is next month going to be better than this month, hopefully? Like, do you kind of go back and forth when it comes to that consistency, like wanting consistency? I know that this is such a huge thing in the world of entrepreneurship because we all want consistency. Consistency makes us feel safe. It makes us feel secure. It makes us feel like we've got it and it's okay. So let me know if that's something that you guys are looking for, is to have that consistent income. Now, next, does social media sometimes feel like an exhausting, unproductive chore? Like something that you kind of have to do because you feel like you have to keep your business alive, and like it doesn't always feel like something that's like really exciting for you to do? Let me know. And if it's a no, put a no in the chat. That's fine too. But I want to know if that ever comes across for you guys where you're kind of like wondering, like, what do I post? What should I be sharing about? How do I share about this? Yeah, sometimes it's fun, but sometimes it's so hard. Like, you're noticing, even like you'll post something and then something will pop off that you literally took like 10 seconds to get up. And then something else that you're like, I spent 2 hours on. Why did that not get any kind of engagement, right? Okay, it's super hard to stay consistent. Yes, sometimes fuck the algorithm vibes. Sometimes not as much, but at times, sometimes, but I learned to get help. Yes, sometimes, but I love creating content and I put so much work into it, and then sometimes crickets. Yes. Okay. I love making content, but the algorithm sucks. Okay, so we are all experiencing very similar things, guys. Like, please allow this to resonate with you because it's very clear that all of us are kind of like, we're figuring it out, okay? And let me know if you guys are ever kind of scrolling and you're seeing other people maybe in your industry or even in other industries and you're kind of getting into that comparison mode, like wondering like, "Oh my gosh, how did she hit like $1 million?" Or how did she hit her most successful month? Or how did she do that? Like kind of wondering like when you're going to be next, wondering when is your time. I definitely have been there in the past for sure. And I know that it can be really challenging when you're constantly seeing everyone else's highlight reels on social media. Like people are out in Italy, they're like traveling all around the world, they're doing all of these crazy things, they're riding on private jets. And you're like, what is she doing that I have not caught on to? Yes, that's the hardest part, comparison. Trust me, I understand it so deeply. Okay, and then for my perfectionists, please let me know if you guys feel this, where you're kind of finding yourself tweaking and over perfecting every single post over and over and over again. Like you're going to everyone for second opinions. You're like, okay, should I post this? Should I not? Is this like good? Is this not too good? Like you're sitting there looking at the photos so long that then all of a sudden your face is like morphing and you don't even look like how you look when you first took the photo. And you're like, all right, I'm done. We're not going to look at this anymore. Yes, especially with talking videos, I always do this. Okay, yes, just do it anyways. Yup. Why I haven't made a post or shown anyone what I've made. Yes. Okay. Yep. Sometimes things get scrapped because it's not good enough. Okay. So we definitely all understand this. I definitely need to be more secure at doing it anyways. I haven't been on in a while. Okay. I'm glad that you guys are like starting to become aware of this because that comparison, that perfectionism, it really can do so much to your business and not in a positive way. So, here's what you're gonna learn by hanging out today. First and foremost, you guys know that I will never stop preaching about mindset. This is going to give you the tools to actually step into that $1 million mindset so that you can rewire your mind and you can stop self sabotaging, stop procrastinating, stop putting your shit on the back burner, and start fully believing in your potential with like every single cell within you. We're going to unlock a magnetic, simplified, and strategic social media strategy so that you can attract these clients with ease. You're not feeling all over the place, wondering, like, what do I need to post? What should I not post? All of that good stuff. We're going to take away a lot of that confusion. Then we're going to help you guys create some systems and structures that actually give you some more high vibes, some balance in your life, and the most important part is more fulfillment. I want you guys to be so fulfilled. I know that you each have started this business for a reason. You are doing this because you truly want to help others. But if you're currently running on empty, that fulfillment is going right out the window. And I can't have that for you because that's going to lead to burnout and it's going to lead to you not actually doing what you are here meant to do. Now, last and but not least is I love the power of manifestation in business. And we're going to learn how to utilize the power of manifestation to create the life and business of your dreams. And we'll get deep into that here coming up. So, I want to preface this right now. You guys, there's a little button that says like end call, okay? At any point in time, if I call you out right now, you can absolutely leave. You can just go because if you are looking for a get rich quick scheme, this is not for you. Like, I am not going to sit here and say that tomorrow you're going to make 10 grand. Not doing that. If that's what you're looking for, you don't want to be on this call. If you're unwilling to take consistent action and actually show up, you don't want to be here. We're not here to do that. We're here to actually do more of the right things so that you can get there quicker, not tomorrow, but so you actually know what to do. If you are somebody who prefers to make excuses and you're like, woe is me and I can't do that because blah 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 blah, you can just go. You can just go. And last but not least, if you don't truly want help and you're just like, I got it all figured out, I know what I'm doing, you're not open to growing, and that's okay too. I'm sending you love, but you can also click end and you can get out because this is for women who truly want more. And it means that it's going to take more of doing the right things to get there. We are made for more over here. Yes, Ria. Yes, you guys get it, okay? And I'm sending you love. Like, it's okay if this is not for you. But I really do want to help the girls who want to grow, who want to do things differently, who are willing to learn and truly get out of the state that they've been in for far too long. All right? Cool. So we're all on the same page? Can I get a little thumbs up? All right, sweet. Okay, cool. So I've got the right people here. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Okay, now I gave you guys some really cool gifts. I'm really, really excited about these. I put these together for you guys, and I love creating things for you guys. So these are gonna be your gifts for staying till the end. I'm gonna email these over to you guys right after to every one of the 25 people who are on this call. You're gonna be receiving this. So I'm gonna give you guys an exclusive social media content audit sheet. Now, this is going to definitely have you guys like really looking at your stuff and deciding if it's at the place that it should be and what could also be kind of playing into the results that you're typically getting. Then we're also going to give you guys a magnetic messaging cheat sheet to instantly uplevel your attraction strategy. This is going to help you guys really stand out is the word I was looking for. Stand out amongst everyone else on social media. Instead of just like dropping a link that's like, click here for more info, or like book with me, or whatever, or like come get your hair done with me, or whatever. No, we are going to make this so much more magnetic, so much more exciting, like a real invitation where someone's like, I want what she has. I want what he has. That's the kind of vibes you guys are going to be getting from these little gifts. So I'm very excited to give them to you. I made them and they're special. All right. So everything that I'm chatting about on this call, this has truly impacted my life immensely. Okay. I'm sure that each and every one of us have been in a phase of life where we're constantly checking our bank accounts before we make any purchases. We're like worried about what's in there whenever we're buying groceries or if our card's going to get declined or whatever. And what this system has taught me is, or has allowed me to do, is like booking family trips and not having to check my bank account first, being able to just go buy groceries and have so much gratitude, like, wow, thank you, universe, that I have the ability to do this. Creating incredibly memorable experiences all the time and like just living life on my terms, like enjoying the little things of life, like a $10 latte because I want to, and whatever it is. Like, this is so powerful. And it also, this is probably my favorite part because if you guys know me, you know that I like to have balance in my life. I'm not somebody who's like work, 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 work. I'm somebody who wants to have sweet moments with my family. I want to turn off my phone. I want to get off social media. So being able to be at a point now where I'm able to take time off to be present with my family without feeling guilty is honestly a whole new world. Do any of you guys currently feel guilty whenever you take time off from your business? Like, do you ever get in your head or feel like, oh, like I should be working right now? Like, I have literally nothing on my schedule. Like, I probably should pick up my laptop and like go make some posts, or I should probably like get in touch with my client content or my clients. Like, do you guys ever get in that headspace? Because yes, okay, I've never shut off completely. Yes, me today. I worry it will ruin the algorithm if I take too much time off. Yes, like I remember just a little like tiny story back in 2019. I was really like in or 2019 in the thick of it of like my hustle days. And I remember my parents told me that they booked us a cruise. And I think any other child would be so stoked that their parents were buying them like tickets to go on a cruise, right? I was losing my mind because I was like, I'm going to have no Wi Fi. My business is going to fall apart. I'm not going to be able to respond to anyone on Instagram. I'm not going to be able to make any posts. I'm not going to be able to make any sales. Like, everything is going to go down the drain. I'm taking off so much time. Like, it was literally a 3-day cruise. Like, but that's the kind of relationship that I had with my business. I cannot take time off. Like, that was my mentality. And it was my mentality up until like 2022. Like, it was so long that I was in that phase of like, I literally cannot take a step back, because if I do, everything is going to crumble. I was in a hardcore scarcity mindset. Now, where my life is at now and my business, you guys see on social media, it is this good because of what I'm teaching you today. And I'm not saying every single day is a freaking rainbows and butterflies because I also have a toddler who vomits in my car. So, there's always things coming. But overall, I'm in a really different place and I'm really, really grateful to be here. But it wasn't always like this. So back in 2022, this is me actually like pregnant, a couple months pregnant. And I remember this time of my life so vividly because I was showing up 24/7. I had a tripod up at every moment of every day. I was posting like 3 times a day on my feed. I was posting on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube Shorts, on every single platform. And then I was posting at least 10 stories a day. Who was around my social media at that point in time? Who remembers when it was like literally ants, like crumbs on the screen? Where like it was tap 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 tap, like there was like at least 20 story slides. It was kind of bonkers, but I was just like in that mentality of like I have to do this because that's how my business will grow, and that was my mentality. I was pouring my heart into my business and into my content every single month, desperately waiting for something to shift. And it was like crickets. Like I could not understand. And it was really, really challenging for me. And I just kept seeing all these girls have like their first 10K months, their first 15K months, like making a $400 sale, all these different things. And I was like, when am I gonna be in that place? Like, when am I gonna have the success that she's having? It was honestly the most challenging thing for me to continue to show up every single day without seeing those results. And I just remember hitting like this breaking point. And I knew I didn't want to quit like social media altogether. Like I knew I didn't want to do that because I loved showing up on here. I loved creating relationships with social media or clients and just friends on here. Like I loved it so much, but I just knew that something absolutely had to change. So everything began to start shifting. This is me like in 2023, right? When I was really starting to get into like, all right, I kind of need to make some things just shift. I stopped scrolling on social media nearly as much and I started doing the inner work. This was probably the hardest part for me and the part that I wanted to avoid the most is doing the inner work, doing the real mindset work, not just being like, clients come to me every day. Like, no, the inner work, the parts of myself I did not want to face. I started studying the best of the best, the Alex Hormozis, the people who are in marketing for years. I was like reading the books. I really started to implement what actually works and what makes people buy instead of just showing up online with zero direction and just posting to post because I knew like, oh, I got to get something up today or else I'm not going to get a client or whatever. I invested into a coach at this point in time. I elevated my mindset completely and I took the right actions. Once I finally did that, I understood like there's like 5% that actually the actions that you take that like actually make a difference. The rest of it is like a lot of shit that just keeps you busy. Okay. And when you know the 5% that actually creates success, that is when you're able to focus your time intentionally and then get the results that you're looking for. So within a few months, I could not even believe this. I remember checking my bank account and I hit my first 10K month. And I was sitting at a coffee shop and I was like, no fucking way. I hit 10K month, a 10K month in May. No way. Like I didn't even know that it had happened. I just saw it on my screen. It was like, and then I looked at what the current month was. This was in like July. In the current month of July, I had made $12,000 all from social media. And I was like, this is possible. It's working. Like everything that I'm doing is working. I just remember feeling like so lit up. I remember running to Tyler and like showing him my screen and being like, babe, look, this is amazing. I like told my whole family. I just remember like screaming from the rooftops. I was so proud of myself. And it was like all of the work and all of the investments that I have made into myself, like they all paid off. And it was finally where I was able to actually experience like the kind of freedom that I wanted. I remember that month I was like, let's go to Sedona. And I booked us a hotel in Sedona. We went on this beautiful trip that was like just for him and I. And it was just a magical moment. And I really realized the the actual potential of what social media can do for you. So I want you guys to know that this is real, it works, and it's possible for every single one of you guys. And I know what it's like. I share this because I know what it's like to want more. I know that like deep desire in your heart of I'm so excited to be in that place. And like it just lights you up more than anything thinking about having those dream clients that are willing to pay you whatever it is that you're ready to charge. Like having that spacious calendar where you're not like fully booked 24/7 so that you can actually have time. Like having the clients that you know are you're able to live in abundance, but it's not like you're working 24/7. Like you have that financial freedom. And right now, let me know, like, do any of you guys feel like it's just kind of you're like spinning your wheels a little bit and not really getting to where you want to be? Like you're doing the post, like you're doing literally everything quote unquote right, but do you feel like there's maybe something that's like not clicking? Yes, it's so easy to do this for my clients, but not for myself. Yeah. Yes, totally. Maria says. When is blast off? Exactly. Good question, Paula. Definitely. I totally understand this like 100%. And look, like it's not your fault at all. It's just that something in your strategy, something in your mindset has got to shift a little bit. And when you have that strategy that actually aligns with who you are and where you're headed, that is when great things can happen. All right, you guys are all saying yes, definitely. I feel like there's a part of my chain missing, but I did have to get rid of the salon. See, like I totally understand that. It's weird. You're like, what is happening? It can lead to so much confusion, and I get it. So my entire business changed when I learned how to utilize this intentionally. And this is attraction marketing. Attraction marketing is so underrated. And it's not just like a basic marketing strategy of like post this many times a week and like post these few things. This is what shifts your identity to match up with the most expansive version of yourself. This attraction marketing, you guys can, if you look up the definition of attraction marketing, it's going to come up with something completely different. I've put my own spin on attraction marketing because I believe that attraction is an internal and external thing. It's not just like a marketing strategy. It's way more than that because the version that we want to become is way it's she's different. She's different than who you are right now. This is the path to create that consistent and reliable income. And if I can do it, so can you. If these women can do it, so can you. Hearing that my girls are hitting their first 10K month and then they text me the next month and they're like, Sav, I did it again. I did it again. And then they text me the next month. And they're like, I fucking can't believe this. I've pulled in 30K over the last 90 days. Like hearing that is mind blowing. Like for you guys, is that something that you want right now? Are you ready to hit like your first 10K month, your first 15K month, 20K month? Like where are you guys at where you're like, I'm ready for this? What is the number that gets you so excited? Because the reality is with all of our businesses, there's so many ways to pull in this kind of income. This is another one of my clients where she just had orders on top of orders on top of orders. Like this is literally 3 orders in 1 hour of each other. And then she's got other orders that are coming in like the night before. We've got girls over here that are hitting 12K months. I remember I was in this is like recently. I was just in Texas. I got flown out for a speaking engagement. And this girl, one of my clients, she had a $12,000 month. And I was sitting in a coffee shop and I was just like, no fucking way. I just love hearing this because it's so doable. And I know that it seems like it's so outrageous and it's like really out there, but I promise you, it happens. And if these girls can do it, so can you. These girls are ending their weeks at $3,500. Like, what would that do for you? I feel like it would change so much. But I am always one to be very honest with you guys. So, first and foremost, you need to choose to get out of your own way. Nothing changes if nothing changes. So, if you are going to like keep doing the things that you're doing, you're going to keep getting the results that you're getting. And I think that's why all of you guys have joined today, the 27 that are on here live. Like, you guys joined because you want something different. So you must move differently. And when you take action, that action, it builds clarity, it builds confidence, and you need to literally start that like today. Let this be your sign. Let this get you so excited that you're like, I'm gonna fuck everything that's in my mind and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take action and I'm just gonna make things happen for myself. Because that perfectionism is stunting your growth. It's keeping you in the same spot. You constantly overanalyzing every single post that you're making, it's keeping you in the same place. You need to choose to build trust within yourself instead. Choose to fail forward. Know that it's not going to be this like steady incline, but you're going to fucking do it anyways because that's the kind of energy that you have to show up with. If every single Olympic racer or whatever, they like quit or they were super hard on themselves every single time they didn't win a medal, they wouldn't go and do it over and over and over and over and over again. You have to have that kind of mentality of like, I am going to do this until it happens for me because I trust and believe in myself, in the work that I am doing, and I know that I am meant to support and help so many people. How many of you guys in here are really motivated by helping others? Do I have any people in here that are like motivated by helping others? Me. That's my business. Yes, yes, me. Okay. Okay, amazing. So most of you guys are. I don't think that I really attract anyone who's not, to be honest, because that's the only thing I'm here for is to actually see the results that people get. I don't want them to continue to stay in the same spot. And that seems like all of you guys are on the same page. Whether that's like helping women with their skin, their hair, helping other CEOs with their finances, helping women with their health, like whatever it is, we are all so focused on supporting others. And if you want to build the most beautiful business, you need to have creativity, focus, and belief. And those three things tend to go out the window. And that is the part that I need you guys to really lock in here with. Okay. So let's get into it. Let's get into the juice here. And thank you guys for being so engaging in this chat. It makes me feel really, really good. I love talking to you guys. Thank you, Bala. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Claire, Sheer, Whitney, Amber, Stephanie, Elfie, Kira. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for like being so incredible and giving all the time. So these are the 4 steps and let's fucking go. All right. These are the 4 steps that have helped my client, Emily, so much. Oh my gosh. I like get emotional when I think about the results that she's had in her life because she came to me stuck at $3,000 months. And she just had her first $12,000 month in December. And when she told me that, we were on Zoom together, and I was just like, "Are you serious?" And it's not even the number that like gets me super excited. It's more so that means that she served more people than she's ever served in 1 month. She's helped people in the deepest way within 1 month. She used to have 5 consistent clients, and now she has 40 clients a month. This is her screenshot. This is the screenshot that I took of like her filling out my forum about what her income was at. It was averaging around 3K. To hit 12K, just I'm so proud of her. She's had so many new clients find her through social media. Her annual income was at 20K when we first started working together, and we scaled it up to nearly $100,000. I'm so proud of her. We together, we aligned her mindset with the goals that she has for her future. We cleared all of the limiting beliefs and a lot of past trauma that was keeping her stuck. Honestly, she's okay with me sharing this, so I'm going to be as transparent as I can because I know that some people may relate to this. Emily had struggled with a lot of sexual abuse growing up, and it took down her confidence so much, and it kept her in such a low place mentally. And when she actually did the internal work, it was like all of this the overthinking, the doubting, the second guessing herself, the not wanting to post and worrying about what people think of her, like all of that slowly started to just dissipate. And I got to watch her flourish and become the version of herself that she's always wanted to be. We implemented this really intentional like social media strategy, and because her mindset worked with that, her business just fucking skyrocketed. And she's attracted so many incredible opportunities too. And again, she's not overthinking. She's not in that mindset of like perfectionism anymore. Seriously, like I'm so proud of her. She's so deserving. Emily put me on to you. Oh, this girl is a badass. Yes, my whole heart. I'm so proud of her. Powerful. Exactly. Like truly, I'm so, so proud. And you guys go find her on Instagram because she's my baby. I love her. All right. So, first and foremost, let's get into step one. Now, this is the $1,000,000 mindset. I have said this over and over, and I will never stop saying it. Your mindset determines 80% of your success. Okay, let's check in really quick. I'm going to need you guys to write down your answers on a piece of paper. And I'm also going to need you guys to type in the letter in the chat. You're just going to put down the letter. Okay. So I want to ask you guys, number one, when a potential client doesn't respond to my message or my inquiry, my first thought is A, they probably weren't interested, or B, I must have done something wrong. What would you say? Put it in the chat. A, B, A, B, A, B, A. Again, write down your answers on a piece of paper because we're gonna do something at the end of this. Could be neither. Interesting, Stephanie. I would love you to write down what you actually would say to yourself. Okay, next. When I think about raising my prices, do I feel excited to step into my worth or worried that no one will pay it? A, excited to step into my worth, or B, worried that no one will pay it? B for sure. B, A, B, both, B, both, B. Okay. Definitely B, both. Okay. Also wondering if I'm worth that value. Girl, I feel you. I understand you. But just that alone is like destroying the results that you can get. And I know you, Ria. And I know you, Kira. And I know you guys are worth so much more than what you're charging. Okay, so write down your answers, make sure you have them. Next, if I go a few days without a new client or a new sale, do I believe A, it's just part of the flow, or B, what do I need to fix and what am I doing wrong? A, B, A, both. Both. If you guys are doing both, just write down both as well on your answer sheet because I want to make sure you guys are keeping track of these. B, both, 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 both. Okay. Wow. A lot of you guys are both. Interesting. Okay. When I post on social media and it doesn't get much engagement, my reaction is A, keep going, trusting the right people are watching, or B, pull back, second guess my content, or think about changing my niche. B, A. Sheer said, haha, did you take this out of my journal? Because damn. A, B, absolute buzzkill, LOL. Depends on the day. Wait it out and take the L if it fails. Okay. All right, cool. I'm glad that you guys are like really checking in with yourself. Okay. I think these are the last ones. When I see someone in my industry having huge success, my gut reaction is that's proof it's possible for me too, A, or B, she's lucky or she has something that I don't. A, B, then it turns into A. Definitely A, both A, B, B, A, B. A. Okay. All right. And the last one. When someone cancels an appointment with me, my reaction is A, perfect, more time to work on my business, or B, damn, that's X amount of money. Let's say like they book a service with you, they book a call with you, or like they're a potential something like that. Or you like, fuck, like I just lost out on all that money. Or you like, cool, that gives me time. Both depends on the day. B, 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 A wasn't meant to be. B, A, B, 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 A, not my people. Sweet. All right. So I want you guys to go check. If you answered 3 or more B's, put a yes in the chat and then put a no in the chat if you didn't. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Stunned face. Yes, yes. Okay. So let me just tell you right now that your mindset is quietly dictating your results more than your strategy is right now. And I think that that's like a hard thing to realize, but your strategy, it can only work if it's built on the foundation of a confident, abundant, and resilient mind. And this is thankfully the place that I've gotten to, and it has taken me a long time to get here. But once I learned and implemented all of the mindset stuff that I have and all of that, it has really shifted and changed a lot for me. But my question is like, how can you guys show up with your like to your business with creativity or inspiration when you have all of this constant noise going on in your head? Like truly, it clouds your judgment if you're constantly doubting like, "Oh fuck, like I don't think that I'm worth that," or "Damn, like I just lost so much money," or you're pulling back, you're second guessing your content, or you're like, "What do I need to fix? What am I doing wrong?" You're like constantly thinking that you're the problem. Like, guys, we need to have the most confident, trusting, just belief, like high belief in ourselves in order to truly see the success that we want. So with that being said, to embody like this $1,000,000 mindset, you need to identify what you actually believe. I know that on like social media, we're like posting the stuff that's like abundance is everywhere. Like I'm so grateful and like all of these like fluffy things. But if you're not actually embodying that on a daily basis, when these things happen, when a client cancels, when that potential doesn't answer the phone, when all of these things are going on, when no one's engaging with your content, you are not that's a disconnection there, okay? That belief has to be congruent with the results that you want. So identify again what you actually believe, not what you want to believe yet, what you actually believe. And usually your beliefs, they're shaped by the experiences that you've had in your life. So some of those are not beneficial. Some of those are someone like in your family that was telling you that you're actually not going to ever make it. And like that little business idea is stupid and like you should go to college and become a blah, blah, blah. Or their ex-girlfriends, ex-boyfriends that were like, "You're not fucking shit. You don't deserve that. You're not gonna ever make it. You're never gonna be successful." Like super toxic people. And those voices, unfortunately, are way louder than we realize, and we have taken them on as our own. Those people who say, like, "You're never gonna make it doing that. Are you kidding me? You look so stupid." Or maybe you're just like sitting next to them and they're watching someone else on social media and they're making fun of someone else on social media for like running their business. And then you're like, fuck, like, I'm like trying to be one of those girls. I guess I shouldn't be one of those girls because everybody hates those girls. Like, no, those are people who are just talking to talk and they're internally so like upset with themselves for not doing something greater with their lives that's why they're placing their own doubts and grossness on you. Okay. So you have to identify what those beliefs are, where they actually came from, and then choose to have and create new beliefs, and not just beliefs, new actions. Because when you pair new beliefs and new actions together, you create a new identity. Does this make sense? Does this, like, are you guys understanding how maybe your mindset has been potentially influenced, or like causing you to view your business maybe not in the best light? For sure. Yeah, def. Doing it 100%. Yep. Okay. Okay, good. I'm glad that this is like hitting home 100%. So, like, a little example is, I think that pricing, I feel like, is always a big one for all of us because we're entrepreneurs, and for us to like choose our own pricing, it's really, really crazy. So, if you're somebody who says, like, I'm not at the level I need to be at, like, to be charging X, that is a mindset that can really, like, you're never, it's like you're constantly putting that in the future of like, well, if I just learn and if I just do and if I just become blah blah blah, then I can charge X, versus the mindset of the results I provide are literally changing people's confidence, people's health, people's financial state, people's relationships with their family. Like, they're changing literally everything. And my knowledge and my skills are literally priceless. I'm worthy of charging so much more for the incredible results I deliver. That is the mindset that you want to be actually coming from. Okay, Kira just put this in the chat. She said, it still feels icky to ask people for money for my services. And Kira's in like marketing. Like, girl, you absolutely should be doing that. You're allowing someone like so much more time freedom and all the things. Okay. We've got Kira, get your bag. You deserve it. Exactly. Yes, I relate to this. This is exactly me. I just have a hard time juggling everything when things get bad. Yes. We're working on you, working on it. Who works independently said he gave himself a raise from $60 to $100 per hour and clients still go to him. Yes. Like, it is possible. People are doing it all the time. Okay. Now, next, simplifying your marketing. So I know we are all like, I fucking hate the algorithm. But the algorithm is not against you. She's not like sitting there being like, oh, Whitney posted today. No. Like, that is not what's happening, guys. Okay. You're just not maybe being as intentional enough, or it's the mindset holding you back. And I think that a lot of times it's the mindset holding us back. You do not need to post 24/7, 30 days a month to create a successful business. You just need intention and strategy. And I remember being in the mindset of like, I can never take a day off of social media because I will lose clients. Like, that was through and through just what I believed. And then I began to start taking like the weekends off for my business and social media all together. And I was like, oh, I just had my highest paid month. How amazing is that? Like, it actually has no relation. And instead of just like getting something up to post, your solution to this, it lies in understanding the right strategies, targeting your ideal audience, which so many of us don't even know who our ideal audience is, engaging meaningfully, and creating and crafting content that resonates deeply with them. It's not just about quantity, it's about quality strategy. Okay. After 5 years, I started taking off the weekends too. Yes, as you should. So, everybody here, let me know in the chat. You guys want people in your DMs ready to work with you, right? Like, that is why we're here together today, correct? Duh, yes, a dream. Absolutely. Okay, great. So, what we need to do is we need to craft your marketing and your messaging, and it needs to be clear and said over and over and over again for it to stick. So, your marketing and your messaging, those two aspects, those are the way that like people see your content and say, I want to work with her. I want to buy from her. I need that specific treatment done on me. Those, like, that's the part that, sorry. That's the part that so many of us don't focus any time on because we're like in our businesses. We have to be, because we're serving our clients, we're taking clients all throughout the day. whatever. And we don't actually get clear on like, okay, this is what I give all of my clients. This is what I would do right now. Think about your favorite client that you like to work with. Your favorite client. The client that like never second guesses the price that you're charging. The kind of client that is so excited to see you every single time that they leave, like you're literally lit up from their energy. Then think about why they came to you, what results they were looking for, and what kind of qualities does that person have. Those thoughts that they're actually experiencing, those results that they're looking for, the energy they have about themselves, if you can actually put that on pen to paper, you will be able to duplicate that ideal audience over and over and over and over again. Every single woman that I coach pretty much goes through the exact same things. They're overwhelmed, they're creatively burnt out, they really need support in expanding their business, they're wanting to work less and make more money, all of those things. They want to have more work-life balance. Like that is all of the women that I work with. And I'm very, very clear because I've taken the time to look at these things. Have you guys done this yet? Have you guys really gotten clear on how to like talk directly to that person, or like how your content is going to speak directly to that person? Is that something you guys have spent time on, like your messaging aspect of things? Yes, yes, no. Working on it as we speak, been diving deeper into it because it's so important. No, working on it. Okay, good. So like you guys are starting to like get better at this. I've worked on it and working on getting better. Yes. When you really get super specific with this, you are able to speak to that client every single time that you get on your camera and that person is in your DMs waiting to buy from you. And again, it has to be said over and over and over again. And if you're saying a bunch of things, that is where you're going to overcomplicate things. You're going to confuse your audience. And if you're speaking to everyone, you're speaking to no one. You have to be specific. Like the doctors who are out there that are working on like spine surgeries, they get paid a lot. And they're not sitting there being like, yeah, everybody come to my office. I'll take care of you. Like, yeah, they can probably do absolutely everything, but they're not going to do that because they want to have high ticket clients that have a specific problem that they know they can solve. So that's what you need to be doing. You want to show your people every single time through your content that you can solve their exact problem, whether that's back aches, whether that's financial turmoil, whether that's acne or their hair loss, whatever that it is. We have to be intentional. And the thing is, too, is that you have to post with empathy and care. You're not talking at your people. Okay. Sometimes I get like that. I'm like very fiery and I'm like, you can't be doing this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like popping off on people. And sometimes it's like a lot, but that's just who I am. So I don't really care. You want to be sharing like stories that relate to where those people are at and what they've gone through. So if you've gone through what your client is going through, if you're like, oh my gosh, I have had the worst back pain and I remember like these are the few steps that took me to heal it, or I remember I was in debt and this is the place that I'm at now, or I remember when I was really like out of shape and this is what I did to heal it. Like those things, you have to tell that story. I'm not kidding you, 10 times over and over and over again. You can never share your story too often. You're not annoying. You're not being too much. People need to hear it. They have to hear it. So post with empathy and care. Let them know that you know where they're at and share your story. And then invite people into your DMs. Like just be that person that's open to having chats. You can either do that with like a call to action on your post of like, hey, like if you're struggling with acne right now, let me know and like I'll send you a few at home things that you can try. So that they start to get these little tiny wins with whatever recommendation that you've given them. And then they're like, oh my gosh, Nicole helped me out so much. Like just with me deciding to put an ice pack on at the end of the night, I'm going to go pay $100 for her service because she's amazing. And like, I really needed that. That is the kind of value that you want to be providing to people. You can, I personally believe that you can never provide too much value. I think that we can pour into people always, and those people will turn into clients. I feel like the more that we give freely, the more that clients come to us personally. Other people are like, people shouldn't get value unless they pay for it. I'm not like that. I give away as much as I can for free because I want to serve people no matter what. Now, once you do these few things, you get clear on your marketing and your messaging. You want to show up to show people that you can solve their exact problem. And you're inviting people into your DMs and you're making real connections. Like, you're not just being like, hey, can I like sell to you? You're actually connecting with them authentically and you feel that connection. That is where you remove so much of the overwhelm. You understand your ideal client so much more and you don't have as much confusion whatsoever. Do you guys resonate with this? Is this making sense? And if there's any questions on this specific page, like, ask. I am so here for all kinds of questions. We can get into questions at the end, I think, just because I want to make sure that we save time at the end. Awesome. Absolutely. For sure. Love it. Totally. This is the part that messes me up. So I needed this. Good, Whitney. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay. And then your guys' personal branding. Personal branding is so fun for me to talk about because this is like my bread and butter, the easiest part of my job, but the hardest part of most people's jobs. Your personal branding can really allow so many people to connect with you. Your ideal clients, they really want to resonate with you. They want to relate to you, they want to trust you, and they want to feel like they know you. So once you get clear on who your ideal client is, think about like their interests, what they're up to. Like, if your ideal client is someone that's like their middle ages and they have kids, sharing about your kids, they're going to connect with that. If you are someone who's like you're selling skincare or something, sharing about other beauty products, they're going to connect with that. Sharing about your favorite perfume, they're going to connect with that. Sharing little things about your life, it allows people to really trust you and they see congruency. They see like, oh my gosh, okay, so she's got this incredible brand where she's helping people with like fitness, but she also is like totally practicing what she preaches and she's listening to podcasts about that and she's also on it with her supplements and she's like recommending supplements, like all these different things. People want to see that you actually are doing the things that you are helping people with, that you're preaching to others, all of that good stuff. So we work with the people who we actually feel that connection to. If there's nothing to connect with them and all you're posting is your freaking promotions that you have, sis, you're going to have a lot of crickets. People have got to connect with who you are, your interests, your values. Your audience connects and buys into your mission. Like, I share about abundance and gratitude and about how I love looking at the sky and just thinking about how incredible this universe is because I want to attract people who are like daydreamers like me. I want to attract people who are really grateful for everything in their life, not just like the shiny cars and the 15K months. Those things are cool too. And I love a good, nice luxury vehicle and high cash months. But like that, the other side of things are way more important to me personally. So get clear on what else you can show. What else can you share? What can truly help these people resonate with the kind of knowledge and education and skills you personally have? Now, stop doing shit you hate. Stop this right now. This is coming into like your boundaries, okay? Stop hanging out with people who you don't actually like. Stop hanging out with people who are constantly doubting your business. Stop hanging out with people who are fake and not like liking any of your posts, but say that they're your friends. Stop doing that. Every single time that you do these things, you are leaking your energy. Stop saying yes to things that aren't important to you. If you don't want to go out drinking in the middle of the day, don't fucking go out drinking in the middle of the day if that doesn't feel in alignment with you. If you don't want to, or if you're doing services that you actually aren't lit up about, sis, like, get rid of those. You don't need to do that. You don't need to be a catch-all. You don't need to be someone who's like, I have skills in this, and I have skills in this, and I have skills in this, and like whatever. But all of those things you actually hate, stop that. Stop doing that to yourself. Oh my gosh, Elfie said my siblings always talk down on my business. I literally would, yeah, I would not even tell my siblings anything about my business at that point, truly, because it's leaking your energy, and that's not okay. Stop replying to your clients when you haven't taken care of yourself first. Stop doing that. If you're getting on your phone immediately in the morning and you're just like, let me just like go talk to my clients or whatever, like you need to actually get some water for yourself, okay? Like go take care of you, and then you can go ahead and take care of your clients and everyone else around you. These are leaking your energy, and it's allowing other people to actually like darken your energy, darken your vibes. You don't want that. So be very intentional and have very strict boundaries about who you tell about your goals, who you talk to about your business, all of those things, because this is going to leave you more exhausted, very uninspired, and you're not going to have any creativity if you don't do this. When you have systems and structures in your business, it gives you more freedom. Whether that's like a website that has an FAQs question that when one of your clients messages you or a potential messages you, you could say, hey, babe, it's actually on my website. You can go check it out there. Like those little things that saves you so much time and energy. And your business, it needs to have boundaries and systems so that it can thrive without you being there, so that people can go ahead and book without you being there, so that you can get paid all the time whenever that you need it. These things make such a huge difference, and your business, it should support your life. It should not be like exhausting your life and like literally taking over everything. One of my clients said yesterday, she was like, I'm so happy that I'm actually existing more than I'm working now. And that is, I feel like, a point that so many of us business owners get like inversed. We are working more than we're existing, and that's leading us to feeling constantly exhausted, constantly burnt out, like we don't have any creativity. Or even when we're not working, we're like scrolling on social media, observing everyone else in our industry who is working, and then we're like, fuck, I should be working right now. Like, none of that is supportive, okay? You need to let go of what no longer serves you. You need to mute people on social media who don't inspire you. You have to make these moves so that you can receive at the next level. So you're not getting stuck and you're continuously moving forward. No more accepting every client that comes your way. When that person's constantly complaining about your prices, stop serving them. You will find someone else who's amazing for you. And know that like the more that you step into your power and you start to choose those high level, really fulfilling clients, you're like, I could spend 5 hours on a call with that girl, or I could spend 5 hours with her in my chair because she's so much fun. Identify all of the fun qualities, everything that you love about her, and then go share about that person. You will attract someone who's like, oh my gosh, I'm literally just like that girl. I want to work with her too. I should come and get my nails done with her, or whatever it is. These services that aren't lighting you up, like they're not ever going to benefit you long term. You started this business so that you could have more freedom and more fulfillment. You don't have to sacrifice either of those things. My issue is that I overthink saying click the link in my profile and checking my website. I feel like I'm not caring, but if someone tells that to me, I'm like, I'm sure, thank you, because it makes sense. Oh, I need clarification on that. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving though. So this is one of my favorite topics ever, is utilizing manifestation to 10x your success. And I identify manifestation very differently than most people, okay? Manifestation to me is having unwavering belief, which that is usually the hardest part for a lot of us. Having a very clear and specific vision, and then taking aligned action. I'm not somebody who sits here and wishes upon a star and waits for things to fall in my lap. Absolutely not. I am in co-creation with God, the universe, source, whatever that you personally believe in. And I have control, and then I also can give up some of that control. Now, the version of you who has the like 2 times the clients, 2 times the income, the impact, she shows up or he shows up differently. She feels differently on a daily basis. When you think about this reality that you would be living in, you would literally on a day-to-day basis like operate differently. You'd be like, oh, I'm going to invest into this because I know that I need to. I'm going to make sure that I'm taking really good supplements for my body because I need to optimize my days. Like you would literally show up differently. So your job is to start showing up now as that version of you. So to do that, you want to get really, really clear on these things. You want to have a very specific and clear idea of when you hit that 15K month, that 10K month, that 5K month, that 4K month, whatever it is that you're going for, what in your life would change? How would you feel? Actually, put this in the chat. How would you feel when you reach your dream income or your dream business like structure? However that you want to put it. How would it make you feel? Proud? Okay, I'm gonna just like coach you guys really quick. Proud. Okay, if it's gonna make you feel proud, you need to start feeling proud of yourself every single day for every single thing that you do. Every time that you message a client, every single time that you show up for your business, every single time that you drink a gallon of water, every single time that you take your supplements, every single time that you feel your body, feel proud. Get into that frequency today. Start celebrating everything successful. Start engaging in things that actually make you feel successful outside of business. Start engaging in things that are like, oh, I just put together these Legos today. That makes you feel successful. Cool. Like, go take cold showers. That makes you feel successful. If you feel accomplished, start actually doing things every single day that you're like, wow, I accomplished so much today. Like, you're checking off your to-do list. You're being like, wow, I actually took care of myself completely. I took all of my supplements. I didn't eat the chocolate, even though I wanted it really, really bad. Like, those random things. Feel accomplished as frequently as you can. Feel fulfilled as frequently as you can. These things, this is what changes your reality. Because the next one, you do not manifest what you want, you manifest what you feel. So if you want $10,000 months, you don't get that. You get what you feel. So if you think, oh my gosh, I'm going to feel so proud of myself when I hit that, start feeling that today. Because then you will create these circumstances in your life. Your brain changes. This is not some woo-woo stuff. This is real neuroscience. Your brain starts to operate differently when you are in that frequency, when you are in that moment of like, wow, I'm so proud of myself. That creates a new neural pathway in your brain to start feeling more proud of yourself more frequently. It literally rewires and changes your mindset. So instead of saying, oh, well, I'm going to feel really accomplished when I hit that, start feeling accomplished now and watch your reality will start to shift. Does that make sense? Does that like resonate? Amazing, grateful. That's a huge trick. Okay, yes, your reticular activating system. Exactly, Bella. Wow, that really resonated with me. Yes. Okay. So check in with yourself. How often are you guys feeling excited, fulfilled, and balanced on a day-to-day basis versus feeling overwhelmed, stressed out, and all over the place? What is like the percentage that you guys are at right now? Are you at like, I'm feeling like 30% of the time I'm like excited about my business, and then like the other 70% of the time I'm like, holy fucking shit, I'm so exhausted. I don't know what to do next. That is not going to create more excitement. That's only going to create more overwhelm, more freakouts. Anyone else feel ready to work and make more content after this? Hell yeah, that's exactly what I want you guys to feel. Probably 25% aligned. Exactly. So this really can illuminate so much for you. So these are the 4 steps to become a client magnet. Exactly what I went through. Now, I don't know why you showed up today. I don't know why you decided to get on this masterclass, but like maybe you're feeling a little frustrated with inconsistent income. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed by social media. Maybe you know that you're absolutely meant for more, but you just don't know how to make those dreams a reality. Wherever that you're at right now, I want you to know that attraction marketing, it will literally completely shift and change your business. If you're here, you know what it takes. You know you have what it takes, and I know you have what it takes, and you can literally start today. Like, that's all. This strategy, it's proven to generate real results. It's everything that I've just now shared. All of my clients that have had massive success with it. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or you've been at it for years or you're just feeling stuck. It just takes you taking aligned action with the right guidance and showing up and creating the business of your life and your dreams. That's it. This is gonna work. Another client of mine, this is probably the most incredible story. My girl Emily, she came to me making $1,800 a month. She was working at a salon like more than she was existing for sure. And she actually hated it. Now she's hitting $15,000 months in her own suite, and she actually just now launched her own extension line. And she has so many clients who are coming to her, literally flying out from other states just because she has shown up as the expert in her space. The content that she's creating is like, people just know they want to go to her. We started implementing a content strategy. We worked plenty on her money mindset and got very, very clear about what she wanted to create within her life and business. And now she's living that reality. I am so amazed by what she's created. And she's also like so young too. I'm so proud of her. When you utilize this process, you actually start to create these consistent monthly income. Like you create that because you're showing up in alignment in every single aspect. You start to have way more dream clients finding you. You start to get DMs from all over the place of like, "Oh my gosh, I need to work with you." Or referrals are going out left and right just because they absolutely love the kind of person that you are. And I think that the most important part is that you actually believe in what you're doing. You trust fully in what you're doing. You have so much self love, so much self compassion. You're just like, I'm doing it. I'm so proud of myself. I can't believe I just did that. And you're making a powerful impact, and it helps so many more people. You're literally creating the freedom that you've always wanted. I've cracked the code on this, and I've discovered how to transform those inconsistent, high stress months into a steady thriving business. It's a system that works for all of my clients, and it can absolutely work for you too. All you have to do is just start implementing it. The 4 steps that I just now talked about. And you have a choice. Like, you can either struggle and just kind of like go through trial and error or whatever, or you can choose to quickly master this system with a proven approach and get the results that you've been working so hard to achieve. This is what's waiting for you. I put together this slide and I was like in tears. Girls are building their dream houses. They are buying new cars. They're getting engaged. They're having $2,000 hit their bank account while they're at the beach. They're paying off all of their debt. Oh my gosh, like what a stress relief for so many of them. Buying homes. They're buying their first Louis Vuitton, like the fun things, because they're just in so much abundance that they can actually do that. And they're hitting the highest months that they've ever had. They're having 31 consistent monthly clients. Like, I'm so incredibly proud. And this is absolutely what is waiting for you. Is this like what you guys are looking for? Are you looking for that freedom to travel and go new places, the time to spend with your family without feeling like you are guilty for not being with them? Are you wanting to actually pour into your people in a more intentional way and like serve in the way that actually heals the clients that you're looking for? Like, this is what's possible. It's just on the other side of you taking this aligned action. If this is what you guys are looking for, I'm so excited to announce this. This is what I've been working on the last 8 weeks. And this is my new program called Attract and Align. This is a 90-day group coaching program to become a client magnet, everything that we've just talked about today, so that you can have steady income, you can have dream clients coming to you left and right, and your social media will actually start working for you. Now, the details, you'll have 90 days of group coaching. You'll have exclusive new recordings every single week into the modules. You're going to be getting weekly Q&A calls where we're actually doing coaching. We're working together. We're truly shifting the way that you think, the way that you perceive, all of the things. And you always have lifetime access. You're going to have step-by-step guidance with resources and tools, and you're going to be around a supportive, inspiring group of women who are so incredible and truly make such a huge difference in the way that you're showing up. I want you guys to imagine this for a second. You can either close your eyes or you can keep them open, but imagine waking up every day to new client inquiries. Imagine actually feeling confident in what to post and how to post. Having a clear daily action plan for success, knowing that like this is actually going to work for you. Showing up consistently and authentically in the way that like makes you feel the most lit up, knowing your worth, charging your worth, and attracting new clients who are ready and willing to pay your high ticket services. Imagine having the kind of freedom that allows you to like treat yourself, treat your loved ones, treat your clients. That is makes me so excited. That aspect is being able to like treat everyone around me is what lights me up so much. Imagine spending that quality time with your family and your friends whenever that you want. Being there, never having to miss like a kid's soccer practice, never having to miss those moments where your friends are getting engaged or having their bachelorette parties because you don't have to worry about your income being disrupted, all of that kind of stuff. That is all so possible for you. And that's exactly the kind of reality that you will be living in with Attract and Align. You're going to master the attraction marketing so you can create magnetic content. You're going to completely rewrite your mindset. You're going to get a mindset makeover. We're going to simplify your business so that you're able to thrive. And we're going to start magnetizing all of your manifestations. Everything that you've been working so hard to achieve, we're going to literally shift your life and your business. The reality is, a life coach is around like $1,000 a month. Having a social media manager or someone to pay and outsource for all of your content, that's usually around $500 to $800 a month. And after about 3 months of doing that, after 90 days of doing that, you'd be spending like $4,800, $5,400 minimum to outsource these. Or you can choose to master them yourself, to just decide, I'm going to take control of this. I'm going to figure it out so that I never have to pay anyone else to do the work ever again. And I can just effortlessly show up for my business, get new clients consistently, have those high income producing months. How amazing would that feel? I know for me, I would be over the fucking moon. I am over the moon already. This entire Attract and Align program, it's on sale right now. Usually it is $3,333, but today it is only $1,222. I wanted to make this as accessible as possible for you guys. So I also created a payment plan that is starting as low as $444. So that is what you guys can literally get started with today so that you can start creating this as your reality. Plus, you get 3 special bonuses. So you'll have lifetime access to manifestation and self-love past call library, a course that I did in the past that was absolutely amazing if you're into manifestation and self-love. Journal prompts for life and for business, like literally probably over 100. There's so many in there that you can dive into and really start to peel back these layers. And then there's lifetime access to call recordings and exclusive community support. So you always have the access that you need from absolutely everyone, including myself constantly. And I'm giving you guys 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if you fully participate for the 90 days, you're attending all of the sessions, you're completing the assignments, you're consistently applying all the strategies, and you do not start attracting new clients, I personally will continue coaching you until you do. That's how committed I am to your guys' success. And I 100% believe and trust that this is the process that's going to get you there. So, your transformation awaits. There's multiple bonuses, there's flexible payment plans. And when you join today, the first 3 women who join, or men, they will receive a free strategy session with me as well. So everything that you're looking for is literally in your hands. I just now sent the link in the chat. And while I'm on here, I will take any questions about the program, but also about your mindset, about content creation, about marketing. Amber said your group coaching changed my life last year. That makes me so happy. I have so many of my clients who are in this chat right now. I'm so stoked. So, any questions that you guys have about how to post on social media, what to post, like within your guys' niche, your whatever that you're selling, anything, like you guys can literally unmute yourself and ask. I'm totally here for it. What to do if you need to have boundaries, if you need to have better routines, like I am here for the next 10, 20 minutes just to serve you guys. So, send those questions or unmute yourself, and I'm here. Oh, it looks like I just now had somebody join. Welcome, Christina. Christina just now got started. I don't even know if she's on here. Amazing. Okay. All right. Do we have any questions? I think that last time we had a few, so I'm so here for anything that you guys need.
I have a question.
Yes, Amber, go ahead, babe.
So, when it comes to your content or like just posting content, to make it a little less overwhelming, like, do you have a day where you like schedule content and batch create content?
Yes. So what I like to do personally is like on Thursdays, I love to actually write everything out that I need to create content on. And then I'll either create it like that day or I'll create it the day after. So what I typically will do is like my Thursdays are my days to work on my business completely, not in my business, not with like clients and stuff like that, literally working on the future of my business, expanding my business. So I'll go to a coffee shop for a few hours and I will get like super centered on like, okay, what kind of content do I need to create this week? And then after I go to the coffee shop, I'll come home, I will film content like literally here, I'll film content in my car, outside, like doing whatever as I just do it. And I really focus that content on the problems and solutions that people are experiencing or don't know that they need. Let me know if that makes sense.
Yes, that does make sense.
Okay, good.
Yes. Thank
Okay, of course, Amber, thank you for asking. Okay, I had one girl say, I feel super lit right now, but after this, I'm afraid I'll go back to the scared limiting belief. How do you stay in that energy? Okay, this is where that, like, it's one thing to like listen to a podcast, listen to a masterclass, get on calls like this where you're like, I'm so excited about this, so excited to go create. I'm feeling so creative, all of the things. But what happens is as soon as we get off, our brain does go back into default mode. It goes back into all of the thoughts that have been running 95% of our days. It goes back to the thoughts of thinking, I'm not good enough. I don't have the confidence, all of that. Those things are not solved by just like a few affirmations of I am worthy and I am good enough. Those things are solved by really peeling back the layers and going deep. And this is exactly what I'm getting into in Attract and Align so that you can make these changes and you're never experiencing this again. And if you do experience it, you know how to handle it. Because once you have the tools, when you have those limiting beliefs pop up, you know exactly what to do so that you're not in that same space. And there's lots of different ways that you can actually like solve this, whether it's like journaling, it's subconscious reprogramming. That's a big one for me. All of the women who end up joining Attract and Align, or men, you guys will be on like a very strict system so that you actually start to notice these changes. I'm not going to just be like, okay, just come tune into some videos and like ask me some questions. It's not like that. It will be you actually shifting and changing the way that you view yourself through the internal work that makes a difference, not just the affirmations, the deep internal work that needs to happen. Because what's happening is there is a story that's playing in your mind right now that is keeping you in that scared, limiting belief. And that is keeping you stuck. That is keeping you in scarcity. And you have to actually do the work to get out of that place. It's not just like a button you press and things change. But if you have specific questions about that, ask me another question. I'm totally here for it. Okay, Lexi said, I have an avoidant attachment style and it affects my business. What would be a good mindset to change this? Okay, Lexi, I'm curious to know exactly what you're noticing when you say that. Because I know that there's some people who have an avoidant attachment style where like they're like too close to their business and so then they're starting to pull back and I don't know. I'd have to really understand exactly what's happening there. Are you like not getting results so then that pulls you back? Are you getting a lot of results so then that pulls you back? Like what is making you avoid the work, or when do you notice yourself avoiding the work? That will give me some clarity. If you want, you can just unmute yourself and ask too, because that's a really good one. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who deal with that.
Hi. I feel like I kind of avoid the working and texting people back. I think it maybe stems from not feeling good enough to get that client or something
Yeah,
like that.
it absolutely is that for sure. So there is a reason, there is an event that you have gone through that is pulling you back into that state. That's making you self-sabotage really, and it keeps you safe when you experience the same things. You're just in your comfort zone. So what's happening is you get this like client message of like, oh my gosh, I could get a new client, awesome, like I know that could literally be an extra $200 for me or an extra 250 or maybe extra 6,000, who knows. When that happens, you are pulling back because your brain does not want you to change what you are currently experiencing. It wants you to stay in the same place. And to change that, it literally is going to take a lot of discipline and actually finding the root of it, finding what is keeping you in that place. And why does your brain think that it is scary to have change? Why is your brain avoiding abundance? What does abundance or new clients or having a high income month, why does that scare you? Because there's a part of you who's worried that either your parents won't accept you, it's worried that you're not going to know what to do with the money. You're going to lose it all. You're going to not be intentional enough. You're going to something. There is a story that's playing that you need to identify and get clear on. And then from there, you're able to actually pull it up by the root and no longer experience that. Or when it comes up again and you start to notice it, you know, okay, I'm aware of this. I'm noticing this is happening and I'm going to actively change this because I'm choosing to live in a different reality now. Does that make sense? It might be a little confusing.
No, that made perfect sense, which I'll definitely
Okay.
need to reflect of
Yeah.
definitely where it was coming from, but
Yes.
yes.
And I will say that attract and align, like that is the exact work that we're doing in there. Like getting very clear on what's holding us back, what's keeping us in these cycles where we are not moving forward, where we're procrastinating, where we're avoiding the work, where we're burnt out and we don't want to respond to anyone. That is the exact, like a perfect example of that. So I want to invite you for sure. All right, we've got abundance for me is to become absent to my family and friends, and also you're dead and not knowing what to do with money. Oh my gosh, wait. Abundance for me is to become absent to my family and friends. Interesting. So you think that if you get wealthy, you're not going to be around your family and friends? That you won't spend time with them? What created that story for you? Is that something that like happened to you? Like, did your parents get really wealthy and then like kind of pull back? Okay, perfect. So your father. So right now what's happening is your father's behaviors have influenced you so much that you are literally taking them on as your own, and you are so scared that you're going to not be around all of your family and all of your friends. So that is what's keeping you in this. So for example, like you have to change what abundance would look like for you. If you had a $10,000 month, I'm pretty sure I know your heart. And instead of that, you would actually go and spend more time with your family. You would be like, oh my gosh, I want to take my kids out. Oh my gosh, I want to book a vacation for all of us to have time together. I would assume that you would spend a lot more time with your family. But there's a part of you who is so scared of recreating the experience for your children that your dad created for you that it's blocking you from doing the work that's necessary to get the results that you want. And that is like, we need to do some like unwiring, separating, literally like it's like a ball of yarn that's like completely tangled up right now. That's what a lot of us have is like these mindsets, these belief systems that are like stories that have been told that are just molded into this like ball. And we have to slowly pull each thread and pull them out so that they're no longer tangled up and they're actually laid out perfectly so that it's like I know that when I become wealthy, I'm going to actually invest so much into my family. I know that I'm going to spend more time with everyone that I love. I know I'm going to be the most productive version of myself. But we have to identify what are all of those things that are coming up there and then slowly extract them. Let me know if that makes sense. Those are such good questions, guys. These are like my favorite kinds of things to get into because it really makes such a huge difference in the way that you are showing up when you get clear on these things. But it takes doing the work. And like I said, the first three people who join, you guys will also get a free strategy session with me. So we will dive deep personally into all of this stuff or personally into your business, personally into your content, whatever it is that you personally want. There's always a form of programming that we all carry. Yep, even myself, absolutely. I've done so much work on this, yet I'm still unraveling things. And I'm like, oh my gosh, but it's at a different level now. And honestly, the levels that you go up, the more that those things persist and they stick. So you want to get clear on what it is that's holding you back. Okay, do I have any other questions? You guys can unmute yourself, and if not, then we will go ahead and hop off of here.
Hey Savannah, I have one last one that just randomly popped in.
Yeah, tell me.
So I'm like eating, so that's why I'm like off the
Good.
camera.
You're good, babe.
Um, I'm okay. I don't know how best to word this, but I'll just throw it at you and see what you catch.
Okay.
Um, so obviously with what I'm doing, I try to post value related to my audience and like what they want to hear, but also that's not my only interest, I guess. And earlier in the call, you were talking about how you talk about things like gratitude because you want to attract people who do value those things. I
Yeah.
guess when I wanted to share more about like my personal life or things that may not directly relate to my service and what I provide, I tend to censor myself, or maybe I get afraid like, okay, if someone doesn't really agree with this, am I missing out on a potential client? But then part of me is
Ooh,
like, well, if they didn't want to work with you because of this, like does that mean they were going to be a good client? So
exactly.
I guess my questions around like self-censorship and like the idea of like, okay, every time I post, I'm like, how is this going to be perceived? And always try to think like there's business Rita, and then there's like my friends, how they perceive me, if that makes sense. I don't know if you
Yeah.
agree or if like there's yeah. So
Yeah, yes. That's such a great question. Yeah, I really feel like the more that we express of ourselves, the more that we magnetize people to us. And the more authentic that we are, the more that people feel connected with every aspect of us and they're like, yes. And if they don't, like someone who's like a potential client, they don't have to believe in every single thing that you do. Like they don't have to do that. But like I don't think that if you were to share about your belief systems, for example, or like different things like that, that they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, absolutely not. I don't like her anymore. Like one thing I will say is like I personally do not share about any like politics or like things that are happening in the world. Personally, that's just me. I know that everyone has a different opinion on that. Because I think that those things can be very like separating to a lot of people. So like I wouldn't personally do that. But like if it's just different aspects about you, like yeah, like be your authentic, weird, silly, goofy, absolute self. Like I posted a video of me doing a fucking toe touch yesterday, like for absolutely no reason. But like the 10 girls that like happened to like it, I was just like, cool. They know this is me. Like I think that the more that we can just share ourselves authentically and like real without the censorship, without overthinking how am I going to be perceived in this, people gravitate to us more because then we seem more real. We seem multifaceted. They feel like they're connected to us in all these different aspects. And now they really do want to, like, they want to come together with you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what stood out to me is like your personal boundaries of like, I'm going to be me, but this is just one thing that I choose not to share. And like, I'm going to keep that, with my family, intimate. So
Yeah.
I think that's something that maybe I need to reflect on. I'm like, okay, I'm a really cool person. I want to share all that, but what are my boundaries on like, what do I want to keep within myself? So I
Yeah.
like that.
I
Thank
think
you.
that that's a good thing to do. Like, yeah, like we don't have to share absolutely everything, but like the things that we feel excited about, yeah, go share them.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Does anybody else have any other questions? That was such a good question. I'm so happy you guys all stayed for the end. I feel like these questions get so good that like they're so needed. And I feel like so many of us like relate to one another. That's why I love communities because it's like we all get to bounce each other like ideas off one another all the time. Okay, if there's not any other questions, you guys can unmute yourself if you need anything. But if not, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you all for showing up. I'm so excited. The doors, I forgot to say this, the doors are only open for 1 week. 1 week only. If you join today, you get the free strategy session with me. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.